Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. So welcome to my channel everybody. So I am once again working on my Saturday series. So for this is Saturday series July 2024 video number 2. This is for the casual stamper in mind, and this is using the Spotlight on Nature stamp set. And let me show you this. So this is the Spotlight on Nature. It is a bundle. However, I told you guys I'll probably say this every time. It's on page 69 of the new annual catalog. And it's this with all these circle dies. However, I have lots of circle dies. I have the layering circle dies that have the scallops with the circles. I have the everyday detail dies, which are rectangles and circles. And I just felt it was unnecessary to buy more circles. So therefore, I didn't get the bundle. So that's that. Now, I want to tell you, I was looking for something simple, a casual. For me, a casual card is simply ink, paper, stamp, and a die or a punch. You can step it up from there, but that's basically what it is. And I was inspired a bit by this wood grain paper here on this card on page 69. And though this is lovely, I don't know why, but it seems the lighting is kind of dark to me. This is lovely with the leaves. I wouldn't say I'm casing this, but I was inspired by the wood grain paper. So I had to look in my stash to see what I had. And I found what I had left from last year, because this returned to the catalog, the Countryside Inn Designer Series paper. So that's what I'm using for my paper. And I am bringing back the retired stitched rectangles dies. Now I'm counting from the inside out, so I'm using the 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is it. That's the die I'm going to use. And let's see. Oh, here's my supplies. So let's go over what we are going to need for this casual card. Pardon me. So I have a white envelope. I have a card base that is in basic gray that is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Then my DSP layer number 1 is 4 by 5 1/4, and this is from the Countryside Inn DSP. It has that wood grain. I told you that's what inspired me. I was looking for it. Layer number 2 is that stitched rectangle die, 5 from the inside, right? It's right there. And let me set that back on its little sheet so it doesn't get lost or something, because that would happen to me. So there, you see, this is real simple, layering that up. And then, so the 5th from the center, stitched rectangle dies, or this measures 2 3/4 by 4 1/8. Oh, it's just under, but the stitched rectangle die. So it's just under. Then I have my sentiment strip is 3. I'm going to put this here. 3 1/4 by 1 1/2. That's in white. This layering bit behind it, layer number 4, is 1 by 1 3/4. That's in basic gray. This also was inspired. See how they just used a little strip of paper? Now, because this is a casual card, I'm not doing any embossing. We're just keeping it ink, stamps, paper, a die, or a punch, okay? And the inside is a white piece that's 3 3/4 by 5. Now, I brought in a few extra elements to step it up, but I want to complete the card first. So I have a little bit of lace from Walmart in these little plastic balls. It's like $1.25, and we might use some of that. I also brought out some basic gray baker's twine. This is very retired, but you've gotten it in a paper pumpkin at one time, because I have some in here. The essential pack, I don't think they use gray in there. Oh, they might, because here's some gray. That could be from Paper Pumpkin. That looks like Smoky Slate. But see, all my little Paper Pumpkin Dilly Bobs, there's basic gray. So I have plenty of it. I don't always use things as they were designed. I always kind of change my mind. But anyways, I have that to use just in case we're going to change it up, which we'll have to see which one works out better. So Spotlight on Nature is our stamp set, and to surprise you all, we're not going to use basic gray. We're going to use Pebbled Path. We're going to mix it up. It's still a gray. It still should look really, really nice. And how about that? I now have 2 stamped in Pierce mats, and oh, there's one. I was like, and I can't find both. I can't find either one, but I found it. Yay! And I need some scratch paper. That I just moved. Here we go. Scratch paper, my last piece. I think we're going to tear this one in half. There was extra directions for my live event I'm doing. So Pebbled Path is our ink. We're going to stamp our basic gray in Pebbled Path, and hopefully I get it right. Oh, nice, nice, nice. So that is all done. We're going to set that aside. This should be relatively simple. Now, I'm not doing it horizontally or landscape. We're going to do this portrait because I want to try to get as much of this flower as I can. I mean, I could do it this way too, but I really wanted it this way, so I'm going to stick with it. And I think I'm going to stamp it here and then stamp that one down there. We're just going to go for it. So I want this over here. And then I want this right there. A little different, right? So next we need to see if we can get the butterfly in there. Oh, it's going to fit perfectly. So just playing around. Now I'm going to keep this very monochromatic. We're not mixing things up. We're just going to leave it as is, but we're going to take that little speckly bit and we are going to stamp off and then stamp along the edge of the stitching. Hopefully we go all the way around it. That missed, so let's try again. Maybe we'll come in a little bit. I need a little darker there. Add a few little dark dots. And there was a fly. Stamp along there, add a few little dark dots, which is basically this little edge right there. Going around, because when you see it on the paper, it's just going to make it stand out a bit. So we're going to add a few little dark dots. Stamp off. I think we can probably go all the way across. Oh, maybe a little bit more there. That's it. Now for the inside, we are going to stamp the leaves because I tend to do that. And then we're going to do our envelope with the flower. So I think what I'd like to do is come in like this at the bottom and this at the top. I like that. And we're not going to put Dear Friend on the inside. The inside is blank. And then on our envelope, let's see, envelope flap. Let's do a butterfly. And some leaves. So, so, so pretty. Oh, no, I wanted to do the flower. And I just want that side flower. Just that one. I should have got a little bit more. Part of me wants to stamp over here too, but we'll keep it clean for the post office, right? So, oh, and by the way, I am forgetting now who told me, and I would like to go look, but I can't because my phone is being used to video. All right, so which one of you, I want to say Susan, but it could be Carol. One of you talk to your postmaster, and yes, the clear envelopes, it is standard procedure for them to cost extra. So he wasn't wrong, my postmaster, he was just rude. Which is good to know, because, you know, if I know, then I won't expect them to go through it. I just need to know the right thing. So that's all there is to it. I'm going to take a minute. Oh, we were going to stamp. I was going to stamp Dear Friend on there. So let's do that. I'm sitting here cleaning it off. And we closed up the ink pad. Let's bring this back. We could put Dear Friend and maybe cover that up. I don't know, but this pebbled path sure is pretty. Sure is pretty. It's not going to cover anything up. There we go. But we could add the little dots. There. A little here, little here, little there, there. Now we've kind of covered that up. All right. So let's put our card together, put those over in the tray so we don't have a terrible accident. And let's see how this comes together. It should come together really nice. This is so pretty. Such a beautiful stamp set. And do you see now when we set this on here? Look, that's what it would have been with nothing around the border. Now it has some definition. So this is really simple, simple. You can stand this up on dimensionals if you want to. I am going to be putting this. I almost think that distracts from it. So maybe that is not. Maybe we'll stamp thanks. Because we have Dear Friend. We could just put thanks. We'll put thanks on the inside. So let me glue this down because I got glue coming out of the nozzle. Here. So let's get this. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggly, whatever. Or X ... Not 3, but 4. So ... Okay, there's that. Now I'm wondering, well, maybe, but I didn't put that down yet because I'm wondering, what if I put, see, I thought about putting, if I maybe move it up in the corner, then, okay, we can do that. So you could leave it just like this. You could put thanks. You could stamp thanks there. We are going to use that bit of lace. Oops. Let's get the inside in, and then I'm going to close this glue bottle up. It is just the temperature change. You guys are wondering what I'm going to do. See, I am recording this in the middle of June, and school is like literally going to be out for good. And I'm thinking I'm going to go pick up Hank from school so he doesn't have to ride the bus. And him and my husband, guys, crack me up. They play games together. Like, that's one thing I love about my husband. No matter how old that man is going to get, he will always be 18. Oh, there's a Brian Adams song that has a line, 18 till I die. That is my husband. Which I absolutely love it about him. he can be heartened and be complaining how old we get and stuff, but he has that wonder and that joy of youth always. So now, instead of putting this in the center, we're going to put it off to the side. Then I have room to lay this bit of lace and bring this down. We may still add a little bit of that behind it like this. I think that would also do well. I don't like to pre-cut because then sometimes it gets lost. So let's just do a little bit like that. And look how pretty that is. And we haven't colored. We're not coloring anything. Very monochromatic. I absolutely love it. So the question is do I pop this up on dimensionals? No, this is going to have to go on dimensionals. So this is getting glued down. Or we can just, let's just put it on all on dimensionals. Yeah, we're going to do the dimensional thing. We're going to make it all stand out. Why not, right? So using up, oh, I don't want the minis. Sorry, I don't. I might have to start a new sheet. I tried to organize them, but that doesn't always help. Paper pumpkin, guys. Well, I do have a few that are from a sheet. I do order them. I actually do. But if I can order paper pumpkin, I guess we're starting this one. Oh, there's... No, I was like, oh, there's a mini. No, that's this one I put on there. So let's start a new little piece. We're going to do 5. Like I said, we're going to put this up in the corner. This is going to get glued together. Yes, we can do that. All right. A little tear tape from a paper pumpkin, thanks to lovely Phyllis. We're going to stick this on the back. Give it a nice little rub down, a little massage, pick up the backing, and that way we can wind this. Oh, we want to start it. I want it at an angle, so I want it this way, and you just kind of let it, because it's going to want to twist, and it's going to look like a bow, but it's not really a bow. There we go. And need to cut it. All right, so we have that down. Let me get rid of these and put those scissors back up in the little turntable thingy. Now the trick is to get this on here. So do I want it? I'm going to put 1/8 of an inch strip right there. It's going to have this little, trying to keep the center in it. I want it literally right here. A little rub down. Maybe I should trim it first. Might help. I'm going to fold it in half and cut it. All right. Looks like I need to do a little trimming here. The other day, my husband and I were at a thrift store, and I tried to get him to buy me a sewing machine for paper crafting. And he said, baby, you can use your sewing machine because you really don't sew. Oh, he cracks me up. And he is right. I'm like, but mine's a nice sewing machine. He's like, yeah, the most you sewed was during COVID. When COVID hit, guys, vet offices were kind of stuck with no mask to speak of. So my daughter, she's like, Mom, she's like, I volunteered to sew masks for the vets. And it was through this group that had helped us save Lucy's life and everything, her dog. And I said, no, baby. I said, you don't know the first thing about sewing. So what you did is you volunteered your mother. She's like, oh, but I'll help. And I said, no. I said, you won't. I said, you're going to cut a pattern out. And so this group, United Angels, they brought me fabric. I went and bought fabric. Elastic was hard. I made these old style doctor's mask that were, wish I had let me get a piece of tissue. Okay, have you guys ever seen MASH? And they have their doctor's mask, right? So I made several different types. So they were pleated kind of like this, right? They were pleated like this. And then they had strings that were tied, on the head and around the neck of the doctor. So I did that. We used ribbon. I used a lot of my ribbon. I was donated ribbon, donated any and all fabric. I made some that had little pockets that you could put like a filter in. And I did that, must have done that for 3-4 months. And my daughter's like, Mom, why do you wash all the fabric before you use it? I said, because that's what my mother said you did. Anyway, so my card is done. But I did, oh no, we are not done. Let's do some bling. Might as well. Let's find something. I have an idea, but I'm not sure. If those are silver, we don't want silver. Anyways, we were mask making machines is what I did night and day. I washed all the fabric, then I cut it, ironed it, pressed it, did all the steps that my mother had taught me, and I thank her very much for later on in life. Oh, we have the pebbled path ones. Look at that. Those are gonna be great. So yes. And I do it all again if asked, because I thought that was such a great thing. And I still have some of the masks we made. I had a friend down in Arizona. He contacted me and he's like, hey, can you make me some masks? They're hard to get, ones I can wash and I can't. I said, yep. I said, I'm doing it already. So I was going to cut a piece off, but we can just pull them up. So we want at least one here. One, two, and I think 3. So one here. Oh, right in the knot would be nice if it would stick to the knot. It's there now. Let's see. Sometimes. One there. I think we need the larger one. Don't stick. Not yet. Or do I use the little one and put it there? I'm thinking my dimensional is in the wrong position here. Have to scoot that down a little. Okay, guys. I wish I could have like instant voice reply. Nope, we're going to stick it right here. But to keep that down now, we have to use a dimensional, not a dimensional, darn it, a glue dot. So back in the little tray, we dig for these wonderful little glue dots from Paper Pumpkin. You can tell I was out in the garden again. I'm telling you what, these little birds, I love watching them. And I have to clean the bird feeders, the bird baths every day. I was pulling weeds, planting some flowers I got at Walmart on clearance. I couldn't, and then I told my husband this morning, I said, baby, I should have bought them all. They were $2. They were so sad. They needed to come home and get in the ground. He's like, you want to run all the way back out to Walmart? I'm like, no, but I should have. So anyways, here is our card for the casual stamper. Now, if you don't have lace, put it in the center. But you could still do thanks down here without the lace. But the lace is cheap, guys. You can find it at thrift stores for $1.50, and I still have so much. So I hope you guys really like this. We're going to wink a Stella and put some little bit of sparkle on our flowers and leaves. Just a little bit, a little hint in there. Like I said, the blank, it is blank. Like I said, blank. No, like I said, it's going to be blank on the inside. But I sure think it's very pretty, and I would love to know your thoughts on this card if you guys like this. And I really hope you do. I hope you feel like you can comment, because I greatly appreciate it. I love reading them. I love waking up, charging my back. Which, oh my goodness, I wonder if I charged my back this morning. I don't think I did. Hey, yikes. Oh, I didn't. I'm going to have to go do that. So anyways, please feel free to comment. Please like, subscribe if you so desire. I would ask that if you are not, that maybe you would consider subscribing. It would help me out. But as always, please come back and visit me in my wonderland. Bye-bye for now, everybody.